It's Monday, July 17th, 2023, and I'm Dave Sobel. 3 things to know today. Exploring some unique 5G use cases from mines to construction sites. 1 in 5 now using macOS, showing a steady adoption increase, and ScalePad and Rev.io expand their portfolios with new acquisitions. This is the business of tech. This has been lingering in my mind all weekend. Axios covered the introduction of 5G private networks. Quoting the article, "The private networks are popping up not just in places where they were long expected, such as schools and hospitals, but also at sports events, festivals, construction sites, and mines. Anywhere businesses are trying to wow their customers or speed up operations." And, quote, "Customers who only need temporary or small networks can opt for virtual 5G networks that rely heavily on software. That can mean huge companies like Amazon end up serving the smallest companies, while telcos seeking to pay for massive investments in spectrum license chase the biggest customers. Construction projects have proved a lucrative market, even in dense urban areas with plenty of broadband. Private 5G can be cheaper and quicker than digging up roads for new cables or dealing with historic building preservation rules." And, quote, "Verizon Executive Vice President Craig Silman told Axios that private 5G use cases range from mining companies in isolated areas to heavily regulated banks to military facilities like Joint Base Pearl Harbor-Hickam, where Ericsson and Verizon are partnering to improve the base's aircraft maintenance. An AWS product called Snowcone has combined use of drones with a mobile 5G network in a van to help with typhoons in the Philippines and landslides in Brazil. Why do we care? When the 5G hype hit, we were promised remote surgeries and movies delivered instantly to any device. That utopian future never arrived. Yet, there are specific instances where private implementations make business sense. That's what stuck with me. The less glamorous yet distinctly valuable cases where a private implementation is a great project. That's interesting to me and should be to providers who may not have considered this. Note the markets: construction, mines, banking, and military. Often the less glamorous, the more the opportunity. Let's start with a headline data point for me. macOS adoption has steadily risen and now moved into the 2nd spot for the most used operating system. Windows remain the dominant player with a 68.15% share, and macOS has secured the 2nd position with an adoption rate of 21.38%. Chrome OS is at 4.15% and Linux is at 3.08%. macOS has been on a steady upward climb since December 2022. Canalys says PC shipments were down 11.5% year-on-year in Q2, compared to declines of more than 30% for the prior 2 quarters. Inventory levels say the channel is holding 4 weeks of stock, which is lower than at the start of the year, giving analysts some good news. Why do we care? I was struck by the fact that a 21% adoption level is much higher than my internal metric. 1 in 5. That's a significant number, and more so than I had internalized. I'm guessing I'm not alone in that one. That said, the platform also matters far less than it once did. Microsoft 365 is the same platform across macOS and Windows. Ultimately, supporting that is more important. Still, I don't want to miss the shift happening beneath, and credit to Apple for building computers that buyers want. I want to cover some acquisitions and announcements. Apple device management company JAMF acquired a UK-based MSP, DataJar, to help the company expand its partnerships with MSPs. The company has its own software, as well as its service offering. From Apple Must, quote, "The combined tech should help Windows-based MSPs that lack experience handling Apple devices, as it let them reach easily into the JAMF technologies to help them support iPads, Macs, iPhones, and other Apple products in their businesses." From Channel EDE, ScalePad has completed its latest acquisition of 2023, buying Adept Managed Continuity, or Adept MC, a comprehensive solution that adds business continuity to its backup monitoring offering that includes Backup Radar. Financial terms of the deal were not disclosed. And also from Channel EDE, telecommunications management solutions provider Rev.io has acquired TirePaw, a software company offering end-to-end professional services as business automation software to technology providers. Financial terms of the deal were not disclosed. Why do we care? Replace financial terms were not disclosed with sold for a six-pack of beer. I say it not to dismiss the deals, but to note that it changes the perspective. Humans assume the values are more significant than they often actually are. Kudos as always to the entrepreneurs selling. Now, what does it mean? See our previous story for increased Apple market share. This combination matters. Companies like JAMF and Adigy have noted the lack of Mac support for 1 in 5 machines by the other players and are moving on it. The sale of TirePaw is a family-owned business finding an appropriate buyer. Note that the telecommunications market has been TirePaw's wheelhouse, so this makes a lot of sense. With as much PE money floating around as there is, it was only a matter of time. And ScalePad continues to build out what appears to be a strategy of collecting monitoring companies. Do you like getting paid? Then make it easy for your customers with Gazinta Payments. Do you teach your customers not to click on links from strange domain names like mymsp.monkeypayments.com or slowbooks.com? Gazinta Payments uses your branding and domain name. No redirects, no confusion. Gazinta Mobius is trusted by over 1,000 MSPs to sync financial data. Their new product, Gazinta Payments, is built with the same care and empathy to make the payment process easy for your customers. Gazinta is a family-owned business dedicated to making software suck less every day. Go to gozynta.com/payments to learn more or get started. Thanks for listening. Today, World Emoji Day, one entirely inappropriate for an audio format. I will talk to you again tomorrow. The Business of Tech is written and produced by me, Dave Sobel, under ethics guidelines posted at businessof.tech. Like the content? Support the show at patreon.com/MSP Radio or buy our Why Do We Care merch at businessof.tech. If you want to reach our listeners, visit mspradio.com/engage.
Part of the MSP Radio Network.